Hello.
Hey man,
Hey,
let me get
dude.
my camera going here. 1 second.
Okay.
There you go. What's up, buddy?
Hey. Um. Oh man, I'm just pleased to see you.
Yeah,
Um. it-
I just walked in the door, man. Good timing.
oh, that's superb, man. Because no, it's just been one of those days where I've had like
Yeah,
two no shows. And
yeah.
shit
I'm leaving.
happens.
Yeah, I'm going to New York to get tattooed tonight, and I've just got 2 interviews. So as soon as I'm done with this, I'm hitting the road. So it's all good.
Oh man, honestly, if I were you, I would just be thinking about the tattoos.
Yeah, but it's a little road trip before it's like 6 hours. So yeah, it's
Yeah,
tomorrow.
yeah. Oh fuck, man. Yeah, yeah. Well, look, thanks for doing this. My name's Howard. I sing in a UK thrash band called Acid Rain, who
Oh
were
yeah,
around years ago and
I
came
got
back
a couple
recently.
Acid Rain records back here, man.
You sure?
Yeah, you want me to pull them out?
Oh, that's brilliant, man. Oh, awesome. Cool, dude. Oh
Pretty
dear.
easy to find. There's a 10 inch over here. You could.
Ah,
That's easy to find, right?
dude, you are a fucking collector. Oh man.
Couple records.
Well, I tell you know that 10 inch. You know that 10 inch. If you take that 10 inch out, there's
Okay, let me grab it.
on the back. On the back, okay.
Yeah.
That's me. That's me when I was 19.
Are you going across like the
Yeah,
white?
that's
Yeah.
me. Yeah, yeah,
The Q
exactly. You
shirt.
see, you got
Yeah,
it.
that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking maddest stories ever told shirt. That's cool, man.
Oh man, honestly, I so wish I still had that shirt.
Like the records right next to you guys, Accused and Acid Rain go right next to each other.
Yeah, we do. That's one of the best things about our name, man. Honestly, I love the Accused so much.
Same.
Totally underrated.
We know Blaine sings on the new record. Blaine Cook sings on that song "The Bite" on the new Waste album.
Oh fuck me! I honestly didn't realize, and I didn't have the any supporting
Well, I've been doing a lot
documentation.
of these interviews, and apparently no one had that information because there's like, is there guest vocalists? And we got of course, me and Phil sing on parts. People might recognize our voice, but there's two guests. One is Barney from Napalm Death on Putting on Errors, and the other is Blaine from The Accused singing on The Bite. So that's on the new record.
That's awesome, and that's some hardcore quality guests as well.
Is this a video
Um,
podcast too? Are they going to catch any of that stuff, or should I
yeah,
not
yeah.
even worry about it?
Oh, yeah, yeah. No, absolutely. To be honest, if you're listening to this, I'm sure you've gathered what's going on. We're just nerding out about records and shit.
So it's not a video podcast. Okay, I'll
Well, I'll put the video up as well, but
okay.
most people go for the audio.
Okay, because I've done these and then I did all this cool shit, and they go, "Oh, it's for a magazine. We're just typing it out." I go, "What am I wasting my energy here for, man? Come on!" It's like I got all this killer shit behind me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you prep the whole thing.
No,
It's a
no.
nice
This
little
is my room. My room just looks like this at all times. It's guitars, VHS, and
that,
heavy metal records. I mean,
dude. Is
it's just
that
what I live. I live and breathe the shit. So it's not ain't going nowhere. It ain't set up for this. It's just set up like that in general.
that's awesome, and it's not a man cave. It's where you live.
It's the media room. I'm surrounded by media.
Oh, of course. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's media.
No, there was 3 women in here last night. It's not just for men.
Oh,
Friends.
nice. Yeah,
Mostly
exactly.
friends. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not a boys' club over here.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Um, well, look. First up, congrats on the new album.
Thanks, man.
Because I'm there's just something about whether it's the timing or whatever it was, but um, it just seems to. I don't know. It's totally surprised me. Totally surprised me. Um, it's just not the album I was expecting, and I mean, just the sound, the rawness, and yeah, it's just phenomenal.
In a good way. Okay, so it was
Oh
it
yeah,
was not
absolutely.
expected.
No.
To get, yeah, I mean, we had the time for this one, which we never do have time to write and record. It's always crammed in between touring, and we should probably spend this much time on every record, but the world stopped, so we had
Yeah,
all the time to put into it. And
yeah.
I wrote another record with Bat and recorded it, and I finished a screenplay during the pandemic. Like I was just, I hit the ground running, but not going anywhere. Just sitting at home doing Zoom meetings and just practicing and writing. So I mean, it was a hell of a time to be creative. You could sit there and get drunk and get bummed out about the world, or you could just make something happen. And I've
Yeah.
been just trying to make shit happen. When everything slowed down.
Good on you, man. My creativity completely left me. I mean, I've been doing stand-up comedy for 25 years as
Oh, great.
in between when the band went completely quiet.
Man, I
But
respect that. I respect stand-up comedians more than anyone because you don't have a guitar in front of you, you don't have a band behind you. It's if you bomb, it's all on you, man. And
yeah.
sometimes bombing's the funniest thing. I'll go watch a comic bomb and think it's the greatest thing in the world.
Thing is, I mean, you're right. It is. Yeah.
For me, not for the guy up there.
Well, no. But I mean, when you, but you're right. When you bomb, it's horrendous. But also, like, the highs are higher, the lows are lower. When you're on your own, risk versus reward. And that's how it goes. But I mean, during the pandemic, I was just like, I was dry. I didn't have a creative bone in my body, and just
it happened to a lot of people, man. I mean, for us, like, I was burned out from being on the road, and I had a whole year ahead of me, and I honestly wasn't even looking forward to it, man. Like, I was like, just run ragged, I just did 2 European tours and back to back, and it was like, here we go again, and then everything shut down. I was like, really? And no one's gonna work? Okay. I was like, I could use a break. And then, I got antsy after that. I mean, after a while, you get stir crazy if you're used to traveling all the time. So it did get to me eventually. So I'm glad we're back out there.
Yeah, but I think it gave us all a chance as well to just kind of
reset.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you take things for granted, and like you say, 1 minute you're kind of dreading going out to Europe, as terrible as that may sound, but then
it was actually the US. I just did 2 in Europe, and it was a US tour that I was like, oh man, done this before.
Right. Okay. I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's that like, wow, we still doing this? We still playing this particular place? Yeah. I mean, in a good way in some places, and not a good way.
Sure. Yeah. I'm not ragging on anything.
No.
We lost a lot of venues during the pandemic, which is another painful thing to think about.
Yeah, it is. So we've got less venues for more bands all wanting to tour at the same time because we're all just like keen to get out there again.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you got to take your time on the album, which hey, look, maybe that's the. I mean, there's some real old school vibes coming through as well. I mean, I know you've always kind of given a nod to the old school, but there's some like just like
there's a couple more heavy metal. Like, I'm a big heavy metal fan, and we snuck more of that in there. I'm always
didn't you
trying to sprinkle that. Well, I think the other big added bonus is there's 2 guitars now. Nick's been in the band since 2016, but we just kind of let him run with the leads. There's almost a lead in every song, and we have the ability to do it. Why not showcase it? I do a little bit of lead stuff, but I never really consider myself a lead guitar player. More of a rhythm. I always consider myself a bass player playing guitar because I still enjoy playing bass, and that's just how it is, man. But
wow, Nick, that's very un-guitarist of you.
Well, this is funny. When I played bass, people told me I played like a guitar player, so I can't fucking win.
No one wants to hang out with you. Guitarists say you're a bass player, and the bass player's
like, I'll get kicked out of every other band I join it. Just had to start a fucking band to make it work. Yeah. That's when I switched to guitar. I was like, all right, I'll just start a band. That's the waste, But I don't know. We know where we're getting. I feel like I'm just answering questions you're not asking. But
no, dude. We're just rabbiting. That's all that matters.
Like
that. Exactly. That's what that's just what I do here. But no, I mean, like the ending of Demoralizer, the last 30 seconds of that, man. When the first time I heard that, not only did I laugh out loud when the song finished, in a good way, okay, you know what I'm saying?
Why? Because it's Iron Maiden?
Of course. Yeah, exactly.
Well, that was an old song. Man, I had that song before Slime and Punishment, but it was a 1 guitar deal. So I wrote those harmonies, and it was just me. And I was like, well, this has got to be for 2 players, or it just doesn't sound right. And we just resurrected that song now that we had Nick in the band. And I was thinking of just Thin Lizzy and just old, just the bass, like the most basic harmony done in E standard is going to sound cool no matter what.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just to be able to fit that kind of stuff in a Waste song, I was really happy because I mean, that's the shit I listen to. It doesn't
Yeah.
always work for Municipal Waste, so we just made a condensed heavy metal song into Waste format, really.
Yeah, but it just like I just like I was like yes, and then I just skipped it back and listened to it again. Just like I've got to go back. I've got to listen to that now. I know it's coming. I've got to listen to it again.
Ah,
You
yeah.
know.
It's just the beauty of a little harmony, like even a simple one like that just really jumps out.
I
So I'm
know,
glad
but
I get the same feeling. Like we haven't even played that one live yet. I can't wait to play that live.
oh man, the feeling of that ending is, but the Sonics are Maiden as well. It's not just like, oh, it's like Maiden-esque. It's like
Yeah,
literally it sounds because you've got that kind of raw sound.
yeah. Cool.
It just
That's what
sounds
we were
like
going
Maiden.
for on that one. So we did our job. That's cool.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. Nearly fell off
I'm
my
glad a
bike.
British person said it was okay, so that's good. We got the okay.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Well, I've hung around with Bruce a couple of times actually, but
Oh, right on.
not through funnily enough, not through anything to do with music.
Were you
I
fencing with him or something?
No, I yeah, I wish. Yeah. Maybe mend his fence.
Yeah.
But no, I used to run a pub quiz in his local pub. I didn't know it was his local pub.
Oh, cool.
And he came in a couple of times and just ended up chilling out and basically getting drunk in his local pub with Bruce and hearing all the cool behind shit that's going on at the time, and all the and it's like, what it's like when you suddenly you're suddenly just like fanboy again.
Oh, yeah, it's happened to me still, man. Like
Absolutely.
yeah, we're all fans, man, when it comes down to it.
Well, that's I was having this conversation with somebody the other day saying that's all we are in bands. We're just really, really big fans. We're so big fans of the music that we had to make some
Do it
of our
ourselves.
own.
Yeah, true.
But that's purely because we're just fans.
Yeah, I say it all the time. I got a fan blowing my hair right now.
I'm glad this is on video and we're all very clear as to what actually is going on here.
Yeah, hopefully someone watches the video version and we're not doing all this work for nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're now going to make the effort. If you're just listening to the audio version, you're now going to go and watch the video. Um, but yeah, no, there are times where you are just being a fan again. But I think it's very, with you guys, you stay very much sort of plugged into the scene. Like you said, you're a fan. So when you're putting a tour together or you're putting a piece of merch together, you know what works and what don't.
Yeah, and we're very hands-on with everything. Like
Yeah.
I care so much about the artwork and so
Yeah.
much about every little piece that goes into it.
Yeah.
And Tony's really particular about picking the bands we play with. Like everyone's like, I'm a little out of touch with the newer bands because I just listen to old shit and it's like, oh, who do you want to tour with? I like, well, they're dead or they're not a band anymore. But we stay in tune with it, and I got to give Tony a lot of credit for trying to curate some of these tours we do. And of course, like if we can go on play some shows with Midnight or our friends' bands, or we will, But it's just, but dude, we're going out with Anthrax in Europe in the fall. We're going out with At the Gates over here. In a few weeks. I mean, these are bands we've toured with before that ask us on too. It's not just us. It's an honor to be asked again to tour with these great bands that, are been doing it even, 15, 20 years longer than us. So
Yeah.
it's crazy that we've been a band almost 22 years now. And that just flew by, man. So we're an old band now, I guess. There's kids that are 20, they weren't even born when I started it. It's fucked up.
I know, man. I know this is the thing, right? And this is what something I wanted to say to you is that were there any redundant question now because you kind of answered it already, but are there times where you go, wow, we're still going, or when we started out, could you have ever looked that far in the future and thought,
no,
like,
it boggles my mind, like because I kind of call it time traveling because we are traveling, country to country, state to state in a bus now and drunk half the time. And it just goes by.
Yeah.
I'm taking a break from drinking right now because it's just been too much, but it's just like, it flew by, and you don't even like, I'm really good at remembering what I have to do in front of me, like what shows are coming up. But if it already happened, it just blends into one big mess of a tour.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? We were there then? And
Yeah.
man,
Well,
it's
believe
crazy.
you me, man.
Time flies, man.
We, we're 10 years apart. I'm 10
I
years
was gonna ask, yeah,
older than you.
how long was the reign of acid for you?
Well, initially it was 1988 to 1991. But then we came back in 2015, new
So,
album 2019,
so you're doing it again.
and then pandemic. So
Oh yeah, you were just getting a new record out. That's bad timing.
yeah, first album in 29 years, boom,
I feel like I
pandemic.
met someone else, maybe your guitar player at one point too.
Well, do you know
Maybe.
what? Do you know what's really weird? This has just happened, folks. This was not planned. You have, but um he wasn't our guitarist at the time. He ended up being our guitarist about 10 years later. But I'm gonna share you a picture.
Was it? I already know. I think I know what this is. It was at a festival. And,
Download.
yeah, and did he? Did I like put on like? I think I. This could be a different guy, but
No,
I
you're
put
right.
on,
I
like,
know what you're gonna say.
okay, so I
Yeah.
put on like a bar rag.
Yeah.
We would call it like a Baja or a drug rug in the States, a drug
Yeah.
rug, but it was all bar towels. And I put it
That
on.
dude there.
Yeah, so that's that same day. Yeah, which guy on the far right, right?
That's him, yeah. So
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
yeah, so he's in the band now. He wasn't at the time. That's the
Yeah,
dude. There's the bar.
that's the drug rug or the bar rag rug. That's insane.
That's the one, yeah.
There's Phil. That's Phil, our bass player with
Yeah,
him.
yeah, yeah.
But I mean, those festivals, like we'll just be day drunk, just yelling at people, and I would just go walk around and meet people, which I still do that. You know, we're not no better than the people down out. We're just hanging out at a festival after we play, so
Absolutely.
we're just walking around.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like he called over to me, and I had some beers with him, and I put that thing on. There's even a video on YouTube of me wearing. It's so funny. I was like, my beard's so bushy. Then I was like, man, I know. That was before I knew I needed to trim my damn beard. But I remember that day, and it's crazy that. So I do remember some of the stuff.
That's bizarre, man. Well, yeah. What I was going to say is like, yeah. So I'm 10 years older.
So he wasn't in the band originally. He joined later, type deal. Is that what it was, or no? Okay.
Yeah, when we got back together, but well, back together. But yeah, 10 years, man. It flies. Honestly, it absolutely flies. You're saying about time traveling. It doesn't slow down. It just gets quicker.
It really does, man. It's nuts.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's just, we're just pleased to be back out there, and presumably there was a time
show together. I think people would enjoy that. Acid Rain and a Waste show,
dude. Well, that is literally going to be. Yeah, here's your show title for you. That can be like Battle of the Beer.
You guys drink too, man. Like I'm slowing down, man. I'm not even telling. This is a trick. This is to get my oral fixation. I don't
really.
I don't know if I'm gonna break kids' hearts or not, but no, I'm just taking a break because I just did like 3 tours in a row, and every day, oh man, 20, 22 years in a row partying every night. It's like I can't do it, man.
Yeah. Now, there comes a point as well. It comes a point as well, especially where it's kind of like, we got to do shows, and I've got to be like kind of good. So
it's the after effect. Like I'm not one of those reckless, drunk, belligerent people. Like you won't even know I'm drunk. It's what happens the day after and the day after that, and it's the just wears on your body and your mind.
Yeah,
and I just can't do it, man.
Yeah,
in my 40s, it's just taking its toll.
For me, that's when the mental hangover became worse than the physical one.
That's what it is. Yeah. It gets depressing. You get anxiety, and I probably don't even have any reason to have that. It's just what I'm drinking is doing it.
Yeah. And the thing is, as well, is that like the one thing you need on the road as well is good sleep, and alcohol fucks with that as well.
Yeah.
Despite the fact you think you're getting this great sleep,
you're passed out. It's not real.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. That's your body giving up. That's not you getting some nice restful sleep.
Well, we just, we toured in a van for 15 years. Then we finally graduated to a bus. where you do have a bunk and you can sleep, and then you'll sleep all day. And they have to wake me up for sound check, and it's like it's like the early evening.
Yeah.
And that's great. And then we went back to these short little tours we were doing in a van, and I toured with Bat in a van, my other band, and we just did 3 van tours in a row. And I'm just like, normally I can shake it off and go to the bunk and take a nap, but you're just sitting upright in the heat next to your buds, just like no comfort. And, we did that for years on end. So I definitely can't complain about it, but we paid our dues with that. And going back to it, man, as an old man, it doesn't work, man. It just wears you down.
Dude, that is a long time to be in the van. That's like an
and the
extended.
drives are longer over here, man. It's like 8 hours to anywhere. So
it's 8 hours to get off the gas station forecourt for you guys.
Yeah,
it's like
you're in Spain and you're in France and within 5, over in the mainland at least.
Oh, absolutely. And here in the UK, I mean, literally, do 100 miles, another gig.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's the dream.
Yeah.
So we're coming back to the UK, man. Like we start this Anthrax tour in the UK in late September. I'm really excited.
Yeah, I know. I'm planning to get along to the London show because that's
Cool.
I live in London, so I'm definitely going to try and get down to that show.
Up, man. Just drop me a message. We'll hook you up.
Oh, we absolutely, man. Love to.
Unless you're already a cool VIP guy dialed in with the talk show. I don't know.
Well, no. Claire at Nuclear Blast will make sure that I'm well taken care of. But no, she'll make sure I get in. You're going to make sure that I get well taken care of.
Yeah, you can have one of my beers. One less beer for me that I don't need.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, I can come and be your bodyguard, or at least your beer guard.
Yeah. Have it.
So when is that again? September.
Yeah. So late September.
Yeah,
so it's mostly October. We're over there.
Yeah,
all of October. Yeah,
but that's absolutely perfect with a new album coming out. This is like the old days, man. The new album comes out.
We finally got it right. You get a record and you go on tour afterwards. Yeah, because this tour got pushed back pandemic wise a few times, and we've held strong with these dates, so it's going down.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Matt. Look, to be honest, over here, it's been like what pandemic for quite a long time.
Yeah, that's what it seems over here. We kind of started touring when it was still sketchy over here, and people were getting sick, and
same.
At some point there's just nothing you can do. You can do everything right and still get it,
Yeah, we did. We were the first band. A lot of people saw after lockdown. We went out in September, and but we went out as a 4-piece because we had a guitarist who just got like wiped out for 2 or 3 months by COVID.
Yeah.
So, and then of course the 4 of you suddenly go, right, okay, that's like, so one of us goes down, like shows are cancelled, So yeah. And it's just...
I do have in 3 minutes. I don't want to go out on that note either, because I got another interview in 3 minutes, but we could get something going in right before if you want.
Cool, man. Cool. Well, look, I appreciate you doing this. I've got some subscriber questions, if you don't mind.
Yeah, let's reel through them.
Let's reel through them. Okay. Well, actually, these are all from. Now, I'm going to level with you. There'd be a load more if I'd remembered to post it up earlier, but I didn't because we organised this. I mean, Claire organised this before she went on holiday. She's been on holiday for 2 weeks when we've organised this. So.
I'll go over a little bit if we have to. It's fine.
Oh, mate, I do appreciate it. So here we go. Oh, shit. No, wrong one.
What if there was like no one wants to know anything? That'd be fun too. That's like, kind of like the disclaimer you're giving me. You're like, usually there's more questions.
Yeah. It's like, actually, the truth is, you just weren't a very popular guest with the fans.
Yeah, I figured that's what it was.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we kind of didn't do this. You've been doing your thing with Municipal Waste for over 20 years. What is the driver to continue to make music and keep touring as you get older?
It's getting out there and then seeing the fans themselves. And, I don't even like calling them fans. It's just like the crowd, the people that are out there. Because the minute you get sick of doing it, you go out there and you feed off that energy. You go, okay, this is why I'm doing it. Yeah, it doesn't take, absolutely. It takes 2 seconds to get up there and be like, okay, this is why this makes sense to do it this long.
I don't know about you, but I can clearly remember a time before I was even ever in a band, and the feeling of going to gigs and the mystery of it all, and seeing somebody from a band and the magic of it all.
Nothing gives you that feeling like that. No drug can do that.
Yeah.
Euphoric feeling.
Oh, it's well, this is what I say about like the difference, like doing stand-up and doing comedy. Doing stand-up and doing music. It's totally different worlds. In stand-up, you're just making somebody laugh. Don't get me wrong, but you're just making them laugh. In music, you can fuck people up.
Yeah, and we can make them laugh too. We do a little stand-up in there too. Improv, always.
Now, next up, 711 crowd surfers at Bloodstock 2017. Has that been beaten at a gig since?
Yeah, whenever we make up a new number.
Yeah,
it might have. I've seen a sea of people, because we do this thing with the Wave of Death, which is one of our songs, a newer song, where we get people to crowd surf instead of crash into each other. We get the many people surfing. So was that, you said that was Bloodstock?
Yes.
Yeah, we've done it twice at Bloodstock. We might have done it at Hellfest, but yeah, let's say Bloodstock's still the reigning champ. I think that is still the most.
Awesome.
711. That sounds about right.
Nice. We broke the record for the Sophie stage, I think, the year before, which was the indoor thing.
How many would you guys get?
I think it was about maybe just over 400.
I would have said 712 if that was me.
Do you know what? 712. Yeah, no, it's all right.
I don't know. Yeah, the Sophie stage. I don't know what. I guess was that was more. Was that a tent, or is that one of the?
Yes.
Out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you couldn't get 7.
Yeah. It's less people.
If you do the ratio of people and crowd surfers, maybe that number percentage is better.
Dude, when it comes to bands, I'm really competitive, but when it comes to bands, I kind of tend not to be, because it's like I really like what we do, so fuck everyone else. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I'm the same way.
Yeah, cool. And finally, this is a good one, and you don't have to throw anybody under the bus, but you're probably going to fucking have to if it means answering this question. Okay. What is the weirdest or worst pairing Municipal Waste have played alongside?
Oh man. Oh, I can't even think about that right now. That's such a good question. It's like my least favorite question is what's the craziest thing you've seen on tour? Like someone just wants a story that didn't put any effort into the question. But that's actually making me think, because try to stay positive even if the band's like way different than us, which is always a plus if it's a different style band. The worst pairing is when it's all thrash bands and they're doing the same thing, honestly.
Yes.
I won't name a particular band or anything, but that's just like, who wants to see the same thing over and over again? Not me.
Or rather, some people do. But the thing is, it's kind of
Open your mind, man.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, that's what killed thrash back in the day.
I know. Yeah, in the late 80s. Yeah.
Yeah. 90s. It's like total lack of innovation. Everyone playing with each other, slapping each other on the back, telling everybody how great it is, and then all of a sudden, nothing.
Same. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then I like my answer. There you go. That's a good way to end it.
Yeah, that's a great way.
Do something different. Do it.
Absolutely. Dude, really enjoyed that. Thank you very much.
Definitely, man. Stay in touch too, man. Yeah.
I will do. See you in London in September.
See you there. All right.
Cheers, man.
Later.
Take care. Bye-bye.